In this podcast episode, Dara Khosrowshahi, CEO of Uber, shares his personal journey from growing up amid the Iranian Revolution to leading two major tech companies, Expedia and Uber. The conversation unfolds key themes about leadership, company culture, the transition from investment banking to CEO, the role of hard work, the impact of emerging technologies like AI and autonomous vehicles, and the societal challenges posed by rapid job disruption. Dara offers candid perspectives on managing change, cultivating organizational excellence, and preparing for a future shaped by exponential innovation. Dara begins by recounting his childhood in Iran during the 1978 Islamic Revolution. His family owned a successful industrial business, but lost everything amid political upheaval, forcing them to flee to the United States for safety. The trauma of such a profound loss, including his father's emotional and physical toll, had a lasting influence on Dara's worldview and drive. He reflects on the fragility of success and the sense of never feeling fully secure, which instilled a relentless commitment to rebuilding and making his family proud. This history motivated him to work hard and fueled a lifelong resolve against complacency. Arriving in New York at 9, Dara adapted to a new life where his mother had to work in unfamiliar roles to support the family. Despite cultural challenges and a stoic family dynamic where emotions were not openly expressed, Dara thrived academically. He attended Brown University, majoring in electrical engineering, appreciating the problem-solving rigor that engineering demanded. He highlights how this foundation in engineering sharpened his analytical perspective, a skill that later translated well into corporate leadership by viewing companies as systems to be designed and optimized. Dara transitioned into an 8-year career in investment banking, initially focusing on risk arbitrage and mergers and acquisitions. Here, he encountered Herbert Allen, a mentor who emphasized the importance of betting on people rather than just businesses. Dara absorbed the lesson that great leadership and character are at the core of enduring success. He learned to value qualities such as loyalty, honor, and follow-through, which would later inform his approach to building executive teams and corporate culture. Despite enjoying banking, Dara longed to be directly involved in building and operating companies. An opportunity arose at Expedia when the CEO at the time resigned, and Dara was promoted to CEO of IA Travel, which spun off to become Expedia. He candidly admits early struggles in leadership and talent hiring, but took the audacious step of running the company's largest business unit himself for several years to deeply understand operational complexities. This phase was pivotal in shaping his ability to lead a full-scale enterprise, showing that successful CEOs emerge from mastering both financial acumen and operational excellence. When Dara took over Expedia, the company culture had become complacent, partially due to long-term success. He describes the necessity of quick and near-total team turnover to bring in hungry, mission-driven people, stressing that cultural transformation demands replacing complacency with a relentless work ethic. Transparency and honesty formed cornerstones of his leadership style. He believes that openly admitting problems is essential for unfiltered communication within the organization. Dara acknowledges that his forthright approach initially scared some employees, but ultimately attracted people ready to confront reality and work hard. A central theme Dara returns to is the skill of working hard, a quality he argues is learned, not innate. He compares business leaders to elite athletes, underscoring that discipline, relentlessness, and resilience drive success more than raw talent. This ethos is deeply embedded in Uber's culture under his leadership, epitomized by the value "embrace the grind." He rejects the notion that working hard conflicts with flexibility, clarifying that the two can coexist. His expectation is straightforward. If you join Uber, you must be prepared to work relentlessly, innovate continuously, and push the company's pace. Drawing from his acquisition experience at Expedia, Dara explains how spotting great companies depends on recognizing emerging leaders during technological shifts. He highlights the nonlinear, exponential growth patterns typical of transformative technologies and warns against linear thinking. Dara elaborates on how early bets on sectors like online travel, ticketing, and personals were about identifying these hockey stick growth opportunities, even if it meant overpaying initially. This concept is echoed in his explanation of Uber's growth, where the initial market was redefined and vastly expanded through better, cheaper, more convenient services, a demonstration of Jevons paradox in action. Though Uber's founding predates Dara's tenure, he offers insight into its origins with Garrett Camp and Travis Kalanick conceptualizing an on-demand black car service. The natural convergence of smartphone technology and aggressive founding leadership created a uniquely timely opportunity. Dara praises Uber's high talent bar and chip-on-the-shoulder culture forged in adversity, emphasizing how the company never lost its hunger despite IPO challenges and significant disruptions like the COVID pandemic. Continuous improvement is ingrained at every level, with teams relentlessly optimizing their functions to stay competitive. Dara discusses the evolution of Uber's corporate culture and values, acknowledging initial missteps where values like toe-stepping, intended to promote candor, were misused as excuses for rudeness. He stresses the need for authentic values that truly reflect company behavior rather than empty slogans. For Dara, do the right thing, period, embodies a core expectation that employees exercise judgment responsibly without micromanagement. He emphasizes that leadership must model and enforce cultural standards while empowering teams to challenge ideas and embrace experimentation, an environment in which taking smart risks is essential and failure is not punished but learned from. In a rapidly evolving landscape, Dara highlights that success demands a culture that welcomes rapid experimentation and continuous learning. He credits the founding team's aggressive, blitz-scaling approach while noting the importance of having the right people aligned with the company's pursuit of truth and innovation. Pushing the envelope on risks is seen as a strategic necessity, especially given Uber's robust cash flow, which provides a buffer to take chances. Leadership's willingness to lead by example in making sometimes risky decisions establishes a foundation for the entire organization to adopt a proactive, growth-focused mindset. The conversation turns to artificial intelligence and its profound transformative force. Dara explains Uber's core reliance on AI models powering pricing, trip routing, and batching, describing the company as fundamentally AI-driven. He acknowledges AI's inherent uncertainties, but embraces its potential to revolutionize operational efficiency. Societally, Dara predicts that 70 to 80% of jobs, particularly intellectual and physical roles, could be disrupted over the next 1 to 2 decades due to AI and robotics. He stresses the accelerated pace of these changes compared to historical disruptions, recognizing a gap between technological advancement and society's ability to retrain and reskill displaced workers. Within Uber's engineering teams, AI adoption has dramatically enhanced productivity. Dara notes about 90% of engineers use AI tools, with a core group of power users significantly accelerating code development. He anticipates that coding will increasingly become a task of orchestrating AI agents rather than manual programming, and while this raises questions about headcount growth, the company intends to invest in talent and AI infrastructure concurrently. This integration of human and machine efforts exemplifies how AI augments rather than immediately replaces human creativity and problem-solving. Autonomous vehicles, AVs, represent another disruptive AI frontier. Dara points out that Uber's vast fleet of drivers, over 9 million worldwide, faces eventual displacement by AV technologies within 15 to 20 years, though he emphasizes regulatory, technological, and infrastructure hurdles mean this transition won't be instantaneous. He underscores the societal benefits AVs will deliver, notably enhanced safety and reduced fatalities. Uber's strategic response includes broadening the platform's scope beyond driving to delivery, shopping, and knowledge work, partially enabled by AI, aiming to create new types of flexible work as old roles evolve or disappear. Dara reflects deeply on the non-monetary importance of work, linking it to personal identity, purpose, and social value. He draws parallels to his father's experience of loss and diminished self-worth following displacement, acknowledging that jobs are fundamental to human dignity beyond income. He expresses skepticism about universal basic income or unconditional welfare as sustainable or beneficial solutions. Instead, Dara emphasizes the imperative for society to develop real retraining machines and pathways for people to re-engage with meaningful labor in the face of rapid automation. While hopeful about humanity's historical ability to adapt, he voices concern about the unprecedented speed and scale of ongoing change. Throughout the discussion, Dara underscores honesty as a vital leadership principle, being transparent with employees and stakeholders to foster authentic communication and informed decision-making. He admits personal struggles with rejection in his private life, but has cultivated a professional persona grounded in forthrightness. Dara values diverse, unfiltered input from all organizational levels, often seeking candid feedback from junior engineers who are unconstrained by hierarchical pressures. He credits this openness, along with a relentless work ethic and strategic agility, as key factors in navigating complex corporate turnarounds and growth phases. Dara advises young people and his own children to focus first on developing the skill of working hard, noting it as the most significant competitive advantage. He encourages maintaining curiosity over rigid career planning to remain open to unexpected opportunities and changes. In facing fast-paced technological shifts, he advocates leaning into change rather than resisting it, combining humility, adaptability, and continuous learning. The overarching message is that success is rarely linear or pre-planned, but instead emerges from persistence, openness to new signals, and a readiness to pivot. Dara reveals how a conversation with Daniel Ek, Spotify's founder, persuaded him to leave a lucrative, stable position at Expedia and take on Uber's daunting challenges during a turbulent period. Both Daniel and Dara's father framed the decision as a chance to make meaningful impact over mere happiness or comfort. Dara acknowledges that people join Uber for the challenge but stay because of the company's significance and potential to transform lives globally. This conviction shapes Dara's leadership ethos and the high-performance expectations he sets within Uber's culture. In closing, Dara shares a poignant personal regret about not having deeper conversations with his aging father before his mental decline. He expresses a desire to uncover the experiences, regrets, and lessons from his father's life, something he aims to overcome with his own children and colleagues by fostering genuine connection and openness. This reflection brings humanity to a discussion about business leadership and technological upheaval, emphasizing the enduring importance of real, meaningful relationships amid change.